Alrighty then. ZvZ coming out for you. You see that, yeah, these can get a little chaotic every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, this is I like... What was the tournament we did? I think at the IEM, where you had an admin set up the games.
Oh yeah, it
for the
was...
players and the casters. That was a much, much more relaxed experience for everybody involved. Except maybe the admin, who had to jump around all the time, but...
I think that might have been the group stage of Katowice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that, you know... Group stages get more organized, adminning. Alright, everyone. Welcome once more to Nightshade! The most awesome... we did this way too much today. We've seen Nightshade so many times. It's just Nightshade LE, you know? And in case you don't know, LE stands for... Lavish... Executive. Lavish executive. That's, you know, when you have some very rich executive who spends a lot of money on, like, very expensive furniture for their office and stuff. Lavish executive. I don't like them. In the northwest corner of the map. Representing Triumphant Sock Gaming, our red Zerg. All the way from the sun, he is Solar. It's the best I could come up with.
I know.
Sue me. And representing Brave Star Gaming, our blue Zerg. All the way from Canada, but staying in Korea. It's practically a Korean Zerg by now. Give it up for the one, the only. It's Scarlett.
Is competing very well in those GSLs, doing a fantastic job, taking out Rogue the last time we saw.
In a very quick and epic fashion.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
It's
as rare as they were.
As few as there were minutes of that, we loved every minute of it. Yeah, it was very, very cool. You don't usually see players of that caliber
go out
down
that
so fast
soon
for that dirty.
But you know what? It has kind of happened to Rogue before. I will always remember the series in, I believe it was GSL Season 2 of 2019. Rogue somehow was in the elimination match, and it was Lenok, I believe, who just came in with 2 drone rushes.
Wait, was that the one where Lenok was super awesome?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
it was.
That was such a heartbreak. It was doing so fantastically well, and then it was just sick, and he came in and tried to play while he was sick.
He came in after surgery, I think.
Yeah, it was so... He still played relatively well, considering he just came out of surgery. He was still in recovery. But, yeah, what a shame. That was definitely his season. He would have done fantastically well. He had the purple hair. He had everything set up.
Yeah, Artosis was rooting for him.
Yeah. Which is usually a bad sign, but, you know. Usually doesn't work out well.
But this time... oh, maybe that's what happened. Artosis said, yo, Lenok's doing really well. And then he had to go into surgery. Alright, speaking of doing real well, this is, well, how would you characterize this amount of Lings, Steel?
Stupid amount. This is a
stupid. Without a third base?
Yeah, 18 amount of Zerglings is definitely in the stupid region. Solar did scout this, but yeah, this is a lot of Zerglings. And there's no bendingness for other player.
Yeah, Soul's gonna have to beat.
Scarlett is actually getting
a Roach Warren and plus...
She has a Roach Warren and getting +1 range, so she's not committing to this lane composition, but this is a lot of early pressure. Does a lot of damage to the third base, so the next push will be able to snipe it that much easier. And she still keeps enough Zerglings to defend at home, but now Solar has the
Ling advantage here. But here comes the choke point, but it's not going to matter too much. Solar trying to come in and deny the start base of Scarlett, and it should be able to go down. Cancels in the last second. Nicely done by a red Zerg player.
She doesn't even lose the drone though.
Yeah, she does not lose the drone. And that's pretty key. We'll be able to remake this hatchery, but it's just that much more annoying if you're in Scarlett's shoes right now. Does have the Roach Warren, but honestly, if you don't get your third base up, it is going to be really difficult to start pumping out those roaches, as we do see Solar getting 10 immediately in addition to a bunch of Lings. He has also prioritized Carapace, which is kind of interesting to me. It indicates to me that Solar is probably going to transition out of the Roach stage into more of a Ling-based composition, but who knows? We will see.
I mean, the Carapace helps the Zerglings face up to the Roaches a little easier.
It does.
They become that bit...
They don't die before they connect.
Yeah, so they can tank a few more shots for the Roaches, and kind of helps you in the fight.
So you're gonna fight. Solar is starting to move in.
Actually cancelled +2 range here.
Yeah, she knows that she needs as much gas as she possibly can in order to defend against this.
A long way away, and the Solar is already moving in.
That she is.
Surrounding everything.
Oh, the Biles! The Biles do manage to land, and I think that's about all she wrote, Steel.
Yeah.
Solar should be taking game number 1 unless Scarlett can pull off a miracle right now. Can we look at the positioning? Quick with the drones, but it's getting a little pessimistic right now for Scarlett.
Yeah, no. Solar has this. There's no miracle.
GG's
goal. Wow. Solar with a nice retaliation there. He was very quick to retaliate with those Zerglings.
Yeah,
denying
this is what
the third base for Scarlett and going immediately to Roaches.
This is what I always love about Solar. He does not just... He is always thinking one step ahead. He's never just thinking, I'm gonna have to defend against this. No, he's thinking, I'm gonna have to defend against this, and what is my next step?
Yeah. It's very... Oh yeah, Yakuzaku playing random versus Solar. I want to see that.
Let's go. I represent Scarlett. No, I won't let you down. I will not let you down.
Probably won't win though.
I mean, look.
It will be a nice meme, but it's not gonna.
I think Scarlett is gonna come in here for production. No, apparently not.
No, I wouldn't mind casting with Scarlett. You know.
Yeah, should probably have some insight. A little too late for that.
I wonder how long it will take me to get her up to speed in terms of our
memes,
stupid memes. But
look, she lived in a house with special and no regret. She would be pretty quick to get on that.
Did Maddox and Minge manage to get in?
No, they didn't. Which is unfortunate, but yeah.
Well, they did have a lobby link.
We did have a lobby link. Well,
they could actually have just jumped in.
I think they got out of their game after the lobby was linked.
Yeah, well, it just the game started way too fast for us to respond to that. Yeah,
thanks,
we do try to get to help one another, the casters, get into games, because it can be a bit of a game.
We
of
know
hit
what
and
it's
miss
like.
Here. But anyway, we are on Simulacrum. If you like your pirate babies to have hairs on their chest, give them Simulacrum, the baby formula for baby pirates. We're in the southeast corner of the map, representing Triumphant Song Gaming. Currently up 1 in this best of 3 series are Red Zerg. He is Solar.
TSG.
And in the northwest corner of the map, representing... Hold on, I already forgot the full name. Brave Star Gaming. Brave Star Gaming. Our blue Zerg is Scarlett. Well, she's not Scarlett, she's blue, but she's not blue, she's Scarlett. Blue is another player.
It is accurate.
The color of Scarlett, she's the color of blue. It's very confusing. Scarlett versus blue would be nice, but if Scarlett was actually red and blue was actually blue, Because if they were for first, it would be really confusing.
Eventually, they're gonna form an Archon that's just gonna be Violet.
No, that's a completely different player.
He is. Doesn't he do League of Legends now?
I don't know, kind of disappeared from the scene at some point.
Yeah, I believe he became a coach for League of Legends? Question mark?
Let's check.
He did something or another. But remember, there are two Violets. One of them was a more old school Brute War player who unfortunately passed due to a complications of leukemia. The other one was on Root? Question mark? Or not Root, but the other. No, I think he was on Root.
Violet is in fact coaching for Team Envious.
There you have it.
They're a LoL team, League of Legends team.
Oh, are they still around?
I wouldn't know.
Where's Quirky when you need him? Quirky, the League of Legends info fairy.
Yeah, is into the League of Legends.
League of Legends and Brute War, I think.
Alright, Solar this time getting the Baning Nest. Scarlett skipping it.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very aggressive opening coming out from Solar. We do see both of these players taking their turrets about on time. But yeah, Solar's gonna have the initiative.
Oh no. 18 Zerglings
no,
is not defensive.
Steel. No, you gotta understand Solar. He does not play defensive. He can if he has to, but if he can get away with not playing defensive, he will not.
He already has a couple of Banelings morphing across the map, which is cool.
And I think Scarlett, Scarlett has scouted this with her overlords. Immediately does not want to risk too much. Good short point.
Here. No, Solar is gonna need more Banelings in order to bust this.
Solar, let me tell you, if you're trying to break this wall, you're gonna need more Banelings.
No half measures. You gotta have a lot of Banelings to break down that wall.
No half measures, Min Su.
Thank you, Mike
Solar.
Trout, for this StarCraft advice.
You can't bust the wall unless you have a lot of Banelings.
This is what happens if you come in and you don't have enough Banelings. You don't bust the wall, and you don't bust the wall.
You're being indecisive right now, Solar. You gotta make a decision. You gotta commit. No half measures.
You gotta get on that road, that creep road.
It's a highway of creep.
Hashtag watch the last season of Better Call Saul for more Mike Trout advice. Scarlett is getting roaches now, starting the Spire for that signature Mutalisk transition.
Yeah, she's been playing with the ANZ boys quite a bit.
And I like that Solar hasn't committed to this bust. He's just keeping Scarlett on two bases while getting a lot of roaches of his own. And as we know, roach versus Mutalisks tend to favor the roaches, oddly enough.
Well, yeah, roaches are cheaper. You can get a lot more of them, and they are very tanky versus the Mutalisk attack.
Yeah,
roaches can't shoot up, but you know what? They don't have to.
They even give you a control advantage especially in harassment or attacking an enemy's base. If you're trying to use Mutalisks to defend, the roaches just ignore the Mutalisks because they can't shoot them, and they just kill drones and buildings.
Yeah,
you don't even have to micro them as well in a fight, because
it's one of those funny things where if you could actually fight back, then a move is not going to be very effective there. They just sort of stop themselves and start fighting, which is not what you want to happen when you have roaches.
Oh, look at the butt! Look at the butt! You have a butt coming up. Look at the butt. It's a butt. You have a butt.
That is.
Break that.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't have any vision on our bases though, so you can't really sneak in. Oh,
yeah, that's the thing that kind of worries me about Solar, is he has no vision on the bases, and even if he did, Scarlett's Overlord spread is just so much better right now. She will absolutely have eyes on whatever Soul is trying to do.
Into the natural.
But yeah, but being chased away.
And Scarlett is going into Solar's natural now.
Already these roaches are getting surrounded. So these roaches are going to have to pull it back. Did Scarlett scout the Nidus?
You can check, you know.
Wait, where's the Nidus?
Did he cancel it?
I think he did.
Yeah, he cancelled the bot. No bot.
Yeah, going to be switching up into Hydralisk now.
Yeah.
Probably the good, which is always the correct call when you're facing Roach Muta.
Lurkers.
I like it, Solar.
Lurkers.
Lurker? See,
Lurker? Lurker.
Hydra? Lurker.
Lurker. Actually, they turned into Lalo Salamanca here.
Alright, some Mutalisks are coming to harass, but this is not a too dangerous amount. It's not even much of a problem. It's more of an inconvenience to Mutas.
We have an update. Trap is up 1-0 versus DRG.
Oh.
If you want to watch that, Chicken Man is casting that in English, and Maddox and Mage are casting that in Korean and Mandarin. Was it?
Yep, Mandarin. Or some form of Chinese, likely Mandarin.
I think it's Chinese. You should know that, Yaku. That's racist.
What?
Chinese is not a language. You have Mandarin.
Yeah, that's why it's some kind of. That's why I said it's some kind of Chinese. Some kind of Chinese language.
And Cure is already waiting for us in the semi-final.
All right, well, we're gonna have to wait a little while. Scarlett is setting up a concave here, but it's not really gonna be working out. It seems like Solar should be.
Concave. And Scarlett doesn't want to push into all them lurkers.
Not yet. At any rate, the Overseer is coming down. Yeah, does need to make the best use of Corrosive Bile in her life, but not quite being able to get it done. Meanwhile, the Mutalisks are still being an inconvenience here. Could potentially snipe out this infestation pit, but the Hive has already started for Solar. This is probably the building that Solar is going to be fine with getting sniped. We do see Scarlett with the upgrade advantage and with a much higher army supply, but how is the positioning looking like for Solar right now? That is the big question. Ooh, almost loses that lurker.
I mean, it's relying on the lurkers to zone out Scarlett and buy time, but it's, you know,
here's the short point.
She's very active, trying to move back and forth. If he can buy enough time, it's really going to work well for him, because he's going to get more lurkers, he's going to get better upgrades. Hydra speed just finished, +2, range is about to finish. His Hive is on the way. More roaches are being made. He does have the defender's advantage. And it seems like, yeah, Scarlett is kind of apprehensive about staying there. She's going to try and poke in here again. Gonna open up the path so she can move
just
around
gonna see what she can get done here, and so far it seems like she's evaporating Solar's army. Now, not every unit was fighting there, and that definitely hurts. And now both players are starting to max out here. Scarlett is herself gonna be switching into Hydras.
Okay, Solar's Hive is finished, and now he immediately starts Lurker Burrow thingy. What's it called?
I think that's Seismic Spines. That's attack range for lurkers.
Oh, it's attack range. Oh, I thought it would start with the adaptive talent. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
it's getting the range.
Yeah, I guess the idea is that he's on the defensive, so.
Yeah, I think the adaptive talents would work better for him here, because he can, you know, re-siege the lurkers much easier. And dodge the biles?
I don't know, he's setting up a pretty good position already. Okay, here comes somebody, potential concave, but it is going to be denied right now. Scarlett is trying to go in with 2 prongs, but Solar is not giving her an opening.
To try and yoink those lurkers out of position.
Well,
actually, she only made like 5 or... how many? She has 3 Mutalisks now, she lost 3. She only made 6 in total.
Yeah, she's probably looking to get rid of them pretty soon, open up that supply for more useful units. Ooh, losing a lurker already, Solar does. And now here comes Adaptive Talents. Scarlett, I don't know, she keeps trying to come in from 2 different angles, but all that really happens is she's fighting Solar's entire army with only half her army at a time. So it is starting to move forward and is pressing this assault. And as we said earlier, it's Scarlett trying to go in 2 angles. She's just weakening, having her army pretty much, whereas Solar is fighting with everything he's got. Now Solar is starting to move in. He has to be so careful of these Vipers. They do have a lot of energy, and there are Spines, which are arguably better than Lurkers for defense. That may not be true. Probably a opinion thing.
No, true definitely doesn't make Spines or Lurkers.
Tis accurate.
Makes Slings and Queens. There's no other buttons. Sometimes he makes Workers as well. There's the Yoinks.
But he only makes Lurkers to proxy, let's be real.
No, Solar does have the upgrade advantage when it comes to the Lurkers. Does have the range and the mobility better than Scarlett, but Scarlett is getting Lurker range just about to finish now.
Scarlett does also have a Carapace upgrade, so that is definitely going to be a factor. But Solar, he's positioning very well. Right.
Solar is maxed out. He's been banking for a while now.
Somehow...
He's had more workers. Scarlett made more workers. Maybe that was a mistake? Because she maybe should have had a bigger army now. She could have.
Yeah, definitely. She needs a bigger army now. Well, maybe not now, but it's hard to call at this point, really. Because Scarlett hasn't maxed out yet. She's not banking.
I mean,
so it's a difficult...
+2 attack for Scarlett is about to finish, and she does have the Carapace, the +2 Carapace upgrade. Well, Solar is just now starting +1 Carapace.
Yeah, but we do start to see these Lurkers, when they're bunched up, when they get to hit everything that they want to hit, they hit hard. Oh, double yoink!
Oh, yoinks.
Yeah, and the yoinks are actually much better for Solar right now.
Yeah, did you see that defensive yoink from Solar?
I did.
Yoink. He yoinked that Viper back.
Just get back here!
we should change the sound mod for it. It's just says yoink, 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 yoink.
Alright, Solar is once again pressing in, and if you just look at the supply right now, it is actually starting to even out a little bit. It did look really bad in favor of Scarlett, but now I think Solar is really pressing his advantage.
Solar is able to
a lot of Vipers here. Yeah, instantly.
He got some bank.
But he does not want to lose his Lurkers. That is the key unit for Solar right now. What's he going to do with just Vipers? Nothing is the answer there.
The Hydralisk to defend them so far.
Quick little roach run by coming in from Scarlett, but that's easily going to be deflected. Notice, Steel, that there's actually not a lot of creep threat from either player. And I think this is actually going to help Scarlett and hurt Solar in the long run.
I mean, Scarlett's bases are better connected than Solar's, but yeah, Solar kills.
Because Solar wants to be on the offensive, is what.
Solar does kill Scarlett's 5th base. So Scarlett is more starved for resources. She's also, she's finding it difficult to rebuild the army. And look at that, Solar maxed again and banking resources. Oh, she's gonna get Borrow. I like it.
Tongue Claws incoming, potentially. TM. You see Solar once again trying to just end this game.
Just in general is nice because it can let you escape a fight for a second.
I mean, there are a lot of Overseers out. Scarlett is going to have to snipe them if she really does want to keep make use of it.
On the, Solar is down to 1 Viper, which doesn't have any energy, and he realizes he has to get out of here.
And yeah, that is just way too dangerous to fight right there. But there is a little bit of an opening here for Solar, and he is trying to fight, bust in, inching slowly but surely forward with his Lurkers, and just using his Hydras. Scarlett, you got to be very careful if you have Vipers here. You got to be so careful. The Hydras are starting to take them out. Only takes out 1 though.
Oh, he kills his
own. And now it's a bit of a now it's just a positioning fight that Scarlett is actually getting the upper hand on.
Yeah, but Solar is getting more bases. Steel has a nice bank, still maxed out. Scarlett is struggling to get back an army count, but she does have the upgrade advantage still. Hasn't lost as many Vipers. Actually, she lost more Vipers, but she has kept more Vipers. Wait. No, actually, Solar now has more Vipers because he made more.
Well, I mean, I know what you're going for, but yeah.
Solar is getting a lot more lurkers. Lurkers. I have 19 lurkers to Scarlett's 10 lurkers. Now Scarlett is getting a butt. This game has been very dynamic.
That indeed it has a lot of back and forth, but for the most part, the rolls have been consistent. Here come a lot of yoinks, and immediately sniped. Solar just bullying the Vipers of Scarlett right now, and Scarlett is now down to one low energy Viper. And Solar is aware of this. Solar is going to take absolute advantage. Going to be taking out so many lurkers one by one, trying to force Scarlett to move into this army.
Yeah, but he's out of energy.
Yeah, indeed he is. But do we get a yoink? We do not quite get a yoink on that Viper.
Oh. Even manages to save one of his own lurkers there. That was yoinked.
That was pretty sick.
And
once again, Scarlett is trying to move in. Or try to find some kind of angle, but not going to be able to find it. She's going to have to evacuate this base for the third time.
Far too well. Scarlett now has a much more workers, so now Solar is maxed out with a much bigger army.
And a bank.
And he's still,
I think Scarlett has no choice but to have these workers right now. She needs to be mining. She needs to get a lot of income to max out.
Because she needs the fresh base, and Solar hasn't let her really settle on a fresh base for a while now.
Vipers could be the game changer here that Scarlett does need, but I don't know, it's still gonna be rough. Solar is not really one to int his army. But here comes the butt. Or no, here comes the head. Coming in from Scarlett. Solar does see this and is aware of this. Yep, okay, gonna be moving his army into position, and he's not even trying to deny it Nidus. He wants those units to pop out so that he can kill them immediately. Here they come. They're just running into lurkers. No. That is Scarlett. That is not what you wanted to have happen there. But she is coming in at multiple angles. Solar cannot fight all of this at once.
This is like in the Matrix where he's like Morpheus is standing in front of Neo in the training, and he's like extending his hand. It does look like, come on, come at me, bro.
So many blinding clouds are going down, and Solar is cleaning this up.
Oh yeah. And Solar is going to go up to face Cure in the semifinal.
Hydra? Lurker.
Hydra? Lurker. I love this joke. It's not even a Duckling joke, it's just a me and Yaku joke.
Indeed it is.
No.
Anyone who hasn't seen Better Call Saul, go watch it. Go watch all of it.